I'm going to, I'm guessing, I'm looking at what I did. I subtracted my 25 and brought it over. So I subtracted minus 25x squared. I then wanted y squared by itself. So I'm dividing everything by 36. This one was a pretty easy one to do because it happened that 900 divided by 36 was 25. And this is very similar to the problem that I just did. I want y squared, so I'm going to do what? Take the square root, right? So, and can I factor the 25? I'm going to pull that 25 right out. Doesn't look like I did that here. Here I did it in the next step. But I took the square root, and I could see, oh, there's a common factor of 25. So 25 times this quantity. And since this is an addition or a subtraction problem, I can't pull it apart. And I'm just going to say, what will my final answer be? Y equals?
Wait, how do you get the 45 out of the...
Yeah, what happened to 25?
If I have 8x squared plus 16x, is there a common factor?
8.
Common factor is 8. X squared plus 2x, right? Is there a common factor between 25 minus 25x squared?
25.
25. 25 times 1 gives me 25, minus 25 will give me 25x squared, right? Just factored it, and that's, no, that's not my, because I have multiplication, and just like over here, I rewrote 24 as 4 times 6. Can I have multiplication, can I take part of it out? So the square root of 25 is 5. So, and it is plus or minus that quantity. Y equals.
Like if you don't factor, like this is probably, it seems simpler to me if you don't take, when you have y is equal to rad 25 minus 25x squared over 36, wouldn't it be simpler to just make that, instead of factoring the 25 out, just taking the square root of that and getting y is equal to 5 minus 5x over 6?
Like, right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wouldn't it be
so
similar to just do y is equal to 5 minus 5x over 6 instead of factoring out the, because then you don't have a rad in your answer and you don't have to go through the process of factoring out the 25 and the 25, and it still means the same thing.
it does seem so much simpler.
You don't have an imaginary number though. You get y is equal to 5 minus 5x over 6.
That's what I was talking to you about.
Negative 25.
Yeah.
You can get the negative 25 without.
Oh.
So you can't do 5,
Because
because negative 5 squared is still 25. It's not negative 25.
yeah, I understand.
You can't do it.
But could you do it using 5?
If it was 25 plus 25, could you do it?
Well, if you wanted to use I, then you could just, when you get 36 y squared equals 900 minus 25, you can just take the square root of the whole thing if you want to use I.
I'm
still not sure how you get from 25
Be 25 IX on the outside.
Right. But then you'd have to go through
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Cassie?
I remember figuring out yesterday, and now I'm not sure on how you got from the 25 minus 25x squared over 36 to 25 times 1
She took out the greatest common factor.
Just like here, I found the greatest common factor between these two. Could I find the greatest common factor right here?
Yeah, but it's one of them is a fraction. I don't know. I don't like fractions. I guess.
It's the same
From
thing.
this, and the second one, it's more
This
like,
one?
no, the one underneath that. It's more like 25 times 1 minus, like 1 plus negative 1x squared. Because if you think about it that way, then 1 times 25 is 25, plus the negative 1 times 25 is negative 25. So then it's 25 minus 25x squared. I don't know if that helps you think about it, but.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
yeah,
Can I
Yeah,
write it?
come on up.
So
But
like,
the 36, my problem is that the 36 normally wouldn't have been under the
It's
25
like that.
to begin with.
then you do the 25 times 1 and 25 times 1.
I know.
Then you get the 25 minus 25.
Except only the second half is on over 36.
You factor out.
Yeah, because only this part is over
I only
36.
factored out the numerators. Isn't this, if I have a factor, can't I just say this is this? Cassie, can't I write this as 25 over 1?
Yeah.
And so, right?
But then I'm trying to get my head around how you can factor together two numerators when they have a different denominators. Like, that doesn't, I don't understand how
Well,
You're not factoring the denominators.
I'm not factoring the denominators,
Yeah,
I'm just
but-
dealing with, so if this is,
if they're being subtracted, can you do that with different denominators?
that's why I can't simplify this any further, because I have this right there. So that's as simple as it can get. Okay, you know what? I'm not sure how else to explain that to you. Okay? All right. It what? Wait, Cassie, what were you saying?
The whole like common denominator thing doesn't apply there, which is what's confusing me.
Okay, it isn't.
Better write that down.
You think about like multiplying this
Mike's
thing,
gonna
like
be saying that.
if you're multiplying,
Can we have one conversation at a time, please? Eli and Zach, if you want to contribute to this, that'd be great. Okay, but it's distracting to have other people have side conversations.
so it's all over 1, right? So this you're multiplying 25 over 1 times that, and then you're multiplying this over like
You have to stand over
36.
here because I can't see you.
You're multiplying the your negative x squared over 36 by 25 over 1, so you're not changing the denominator at all.
36 times 1 will still be 36, so it's still
Yeah.
be over 36.
Pardon me? What was whose original question? Cassie, Dan wants to hear your original question.
How you can go from subtracting that fraction to somehow multiplying the second number into the numerator, but it doesn't do anything to the 36. That's what I understand how to do it, I just don't get why it works.
How does Amy work?
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. Matt, do you have something to say?
I put them both into my calculator, the top one and the bottom one, and you come out with two totally different answers.
When you plugged in what?
I don't know, maybe I put something in wrong with this one. See if that was plugged in right.
Oh, that's because the calculator has this
All right. This is what he plugged in. For the first one is 25 times that. I think you have that. You don't have this incorrect. It is,
Because you're doing y equals 25.
and you're also doing the square root of this.
Yeah.
And it's 25 times. You need an. I would put in another parentheses in here.
Around the
Where?
one.
No, I would have.
I just want to
Second insert, parentheses, and this quantity is being divided by 36.
Okay. I just want to see if maybe
Okay,
there's something else.
would you agree with that?
Yeah.
That's first, and then what has to be in front of that? You need to enter in more things. You don't have, you don't have the whole thing. You don't have this, etc. Okay. Very good questions. What I'd like to do is, I'm going to give you some problems to work on, and I'm going to try and answer Cassie's question individually. And those of you who are ready to move on may move on. Those of you who have more questions, I'd like to be able to touch base with you. Okay?
I just have one quick question.
Yes.
When you write your answer, do you put it, is it 36 under the entire thing or just under the x
It was
squared?
only under, it was 1 minus, so it's not 1/36 minus x squared over 36, it's just 1 minus that quantity, so the 36 is just here. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Okay. So some of these are the application problems, they're word problems.
Is this our homework?
Yes, so we have about 12 minutes, hopefully we can get, so this is page 386, 29 through 31, and page 387, 42 through 47, and there will be a quiz on Monday. Okay?
On these problems?
On everything that you've ever wanted to know about an ellipse. Okay, so it would be on that worksheet, 5.3b.